Hi y'all, welcome to another cleaning video. And do I have a video for you guys today? This was an absolutely packed day. This day was taking turns every second. I woke up with a sick kid. So here's your warning now. If you don't want to see me cleaning up sick kid stuff, you might want to fast forward to about 3 minutes in. But I did want to keep it in to just keep it super real with you guys. That's what I like to do on this channel. So this is a day full of cleaning, deep cleaning. I had to go to Sam's. My husband had to leave last minute while I had sick kids. It's a crazy day and I filmed it all. So I'm packing it into this cleaning video for you guys so you can get some major cleaning motivation and at least not feel alone if you are also having one of these hectic days as a parent. So first, bright and early at 6 a.m., I wake up to a sick kid. Yes, that is throw up on the floor and the bed. It is a weird color because of blueberries and strawberries. Don't worry, that is why. But yeah, a little 24-hour bug has been running its course through the house and it hit one kid at a time. So here we are. So I'm changing out bed sheets. I just went ahead and got the bed sheets off of both beds, even though only one was really messed up. And now I am picking up the kind of bigger stuff and throwing that away because I didn't want to put my carpet cleaner through that. Trying to pick that up. And I am first going to start with those big spots and the great value. This is the foaming carpet cleaner with the high traffic formula. If you've seen me do deep cleans in the past and cleaning my carpet, you know that I usually like to use the OxiClean spray, but that is more for stains I like to use it for. This was like straight up just dirty and I just needed something that was going to sit on there and kind of break things up before I try to go over it with my carpet cleaner. So I used this and it worked like a charm. This stuff is awesome. Aside from one little tiny stain, I was super pleased with how this got everything out. So I just threw those nasty bed sheets and the pajamas that were being worn into the wash. And I will do a first wash with just soap just to get like the majority of stuff off. And then I will spray those, of course, because they'll probably still be stained. I will spray them after that with the OxiClean spray that gets stains out, and that stuff works like a dream. And then I will wash them again, and then the clothes and the bed sheets came up perfectly clean with no stains. And while those were doing their first little run through the wash, I am going back to, of course, tackle the carpet. I let that foaming cleaner sit on there for about 10 minutes and of course, had to get my kids set up with breakfast and things like that, open up the window and start shampooing the carpet. So I first went over those areas, and then once those were all cleaned out, I just went over the entire carpet just to make sure I didn't miss anything, because the color of the carpet, it's pretty dark. It can sometimes be hard to see certain things. And aside from one tiny little stain that I can see on camera, which I couldn't even see in person, this carpet cleaner plus the carpet cleaner that I normally use in my Hoover just got everything out, and I was absolutely impressed and so happy about that, because I really thought I was in for it with this carpet clean. And then my favorite thing about this Hoover carpet cleaner is that it has a dry only setting. So this second time that I'm going over it, it is just on the dry only setting, sucking out all of the water possible. So that makes it to where the carpet dries really, really fast. So I just left the window open, closed the door, and let that air out. And then once the clothing and the bed sheets and things that were being worn were clean, I did dry them on the steam sanitize setting. If you don't have that on your dryer, I would just personally run it on the hottest setting that it has. So then, literally right after that, my husband actually came home from work because sick kids, and I had a Sam's haul to go get. So if you don't know, we live in a super tiny town in Wyoming. And I mean, groceries get expensive for everyone, but especially when you live in a small town or in the middle of nowhere, groceries get very, very expensive. So once a month, we drive about 2 hours to Sam's Club and we get all of our groceries for the month. And so I do a scheduled pickup, which is why I didn't want to cancel it last minute. And even though I had sick kids, so my husband just came home from work and I left immediately to go 2 hours away to pick up all this stuff from Sam's. So now I am all the way back home and I am starting to put everything away. And this day was just so crazy because right when I got home, maybe like 30 minutes later, my husband put the baby down for a nap and he went to the airport to fly home. If you don't know, we are not originally from Wyoming. We moved here about 2 years ago for my husband's job. We moved here from Texas. That is where my husband was born and raised. And he had already taken a half day this day because he was planning on flying back to Texas for a funeral, unfortunately, not for anything fun. It was a very last minute thing. That's why me and the kids weren't going. It is so hectic to fly 3 states away from a very small town, especially last minute. It gets very expensive and just hectic in general. My husband had to do 6 flights to 3 there and 3 back. Imagine doing that with a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old. And of course, we wouldn't be able to go anyway because my 4-year-old woke up sick. So then we would have had to cancel. Anyway, just a hectic situation. So yeah. I get home, my husband's putting the baby down for a nap, I'm unloading the car, and then he has to leave. And I start to put away all this stuff from Sam's. So when I'm putting away the groceries, I'm also kind of clearing things out of the fridge, out of the cabinets. I'm reorganizing the pantry here. For the most part at Sam's, we just get the very basic stuff, meat, cheese, vegetables, and milk. But I also like to get snacks for my kids, of course. So we are here in the pantry trying to pack everything away and kind of organize it. Of course, right at the beginning, if you're buying everything for an entire month, the pantry gets a little bit packed when I first come home. So I'm just trying to organize things to where everything actually fits and it's not too cramped, but everything can actually be easily accessed. So it's kind of a game of Jenga here, but I eventually get there. And then I also am not really a morning person. So the other thing that I'll buy that's kind of pre-made for my kids is breakfast, like waffles and French toast. So I got those. Those are in the freezer. And then everything else is just like I said, the basics: meat, cheese, vegetables, fruit, and milk and stuff like that we use all the time, every day. And if you're asking me, is it worth it? I 100% think that it is. For the first year that we lived here, we only bought groceries here in town. We have a small grocery store and a Walmart, and we were easily spending $300 a week. And that is like trying to be really cheap and diligent and not get anything extravagant, just the basics. And it was like $300 a week. And then we started going to Sam's once a month. So $300 a week is $1,200 a month. We go to Sam's once a month and we spend between $400 and $500, and then we just go back to Walmart or the local grocery store for the little things that we run out of, or fresh things that we need, more bananas, more fruit or whatever. And now our grocery bill is literally cut in half. We spend about $600 total for the whole month because we get the majority of everything at Sam's, which is usually between $400 and $500, and then we just spend maybe $20 or $30 a week here in town getting a carton of blueberries here and there, or fresh milk and stuff that we run out of towards the end of the month, and boom, groceries cut in half. So yes, it is totally worth it to drive 2 hours away once a month, because it saves us so much money, even including, the $60 in gas that it takes to drive there and back. It saves us a ton of money. So if you're in a situation like me where you only have a very small, kind of expensive grocery store near you, it might be worth looking into where your closest Sam's or Costco is, because it can really save you a ton of money. And once you get the hang of it and you do it a couple times, it does get easier to plan the things that you're going to buy. I know it sounds daunting to think, oh, what am I going to cook for an entire month versus an entire week? But I promise you, once you get the hang of it, after a couple months, it'll be totally easy. I find it even easier on myself to figure out what to cook shopping just once a month. So I highly recommend if you are looking to save money on some groceries. So now that that is all put away, I am back in the bedrooms and I'm going to do what I would normally do for my morning cleaning routine. Obviously, my morning was a bit disrupted by having a sick kid and having to go to Sam's. And this is part of my cleaning routine that I barely ever get to show you guys because I just don't remember to film first thing in the morning. This is my cleaning routine that I do like first thing in the morning when I'm getting ready and when I'm getting my kids ready. I will kind of clean up the bedrooms and bathrooms as I go. So as you can see here, I'm clearing off the nightstands of cups and things like that. I'm going to make the bed. I'm going to go through my laundry basket and separate out the darks and the lights to start some loads of laundry. I'm going to spray some room freshener in here and in the bathrooms. I think I had already done it when I was getting ready for going to Sam's. So of course, didn't film it, completely forgot. But when I'm in the bathroom, I will, of course, just put things away as I go, as I'm doing my skincare and brushing my teeth and things like that. And then I always keep Clorox wipes in the bathroom so I can just quickly wipe down the countertops and keep everything nice and tidy. And then, of course, just spraying some room freshener in there as well. Sometimes I'll light a candle or a wax warmer in here first thing in the morning so it just smells delicious all day long. And I do the same routine in the kids' room, except on days like today when things are just a little bit hectic. But when I'm getting them ready for the day, they'll also help me, put their dirty clothes into the laundry baskets. They pick out their outfit for the day and we make their beds, spray their room downs with some Dreft air freshener. We'll open up the blinds, things like that. I'll wipe down their changing table with Clorox wipes, dust anything, wipe anything down that needs to get wiped down with those Clorox wipes, and call it a day. And then once both rooms are done, I will just go quickly hit them with the vacuum every other day and call it a day, and everything is nice and tidied. But that I just never normally film because it's happening first thing in the morning. It's just not the first thing on my mind to set up, the tripod with my phone filming first thing when I wake up and my kids wake up. We're trying to get ready and eat breakfast and get out the door for school and things like that. So I normally don't get to show you guys this, but today I do, which is so great. So you can see I kind of have these little routines basically throughout my day. That way, pretty much every room in my house gets tidied up, at least tidied up. Maybe not deep cleaned, maybe not perfect, maybe not whatever, but it at least gets tidied up by the end of the day. So in the morning, I do the bedrooms and bathrooms. I'll usually do the guest room at that time too because I have my makeup situation in the guest room. I have a vanity and my makeup in there. So once my kids are at school and things, I'll come home and have some quiet time and do my makeup. And then at that time, I put the makeup away and I'll vacuum all of the rooms. And that is all the bedrooms and the bathrooms done. And then usually towards the afternoon, I will do a tidy up of the playroom, and I have started to have my kids help me with that. Once they're home from school, they help me clean up the playroom. I'll also vacuum it at that time, spray some air freshener or light a wax warmer, anything like that. And then a lot of the times the cleaning that you guys see are my nighttime cleaning routine. This is the routine that I do after dinner when I'm cleaning up the kitchen, the living room, and the dining room. And then also if the kids haven't done the playroom that day, or I didn't, do it, because let's be honest, I skip the playroom the most often because it's just hectic in there. that is when I'll do the playroom as well. And that is what I normally film for you guys, because that's normally like after my kids are asleep and I have no distractions and I am just in the zone cleaning. So that is kind of how I keep on top of everything, is just having little routines throughout the day. Of course, I'm super lucky. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm home throughout the day, so I can afford to do that. But if there is any tiny way that you can implement a schedule like that to help yourself do it throughout the day, I mean, even just getting yourself and your kids into the habit of picking up and cleaning up as you go and making your beds before they go to school and before you go to work, that is so helpful to the overall, at the end of the day, it's just one less thing to do, if that makes sense. So I highly recommend trying to create a schedule that breaks it up throughout the day as much as you can, just around what you're already doing, and it helps to make it not so daunting by the end of the day. So after I folded and put away the little bit of clean laundry from the day before, this is much later in the day, after dinner, and I am finally moving on to cleaning up this kitchen. All I did earlier was put away everything from Sam's, and then I just left it. I did make some chicken legs in the crock pot because it's super easy. Of course, when you have sick kids, you try to keep it light. So I was just making ramen noodles and some shredded up chicken legs in the crock pot. They both ate it and they were super happy, and I was happy that they had full bellies. So we are good to go there. It just means that I have quite a bit to clean up here in this kitchen. So I'm first starting off by clearing off anything that's on the island, trash, or anything that needs to just get put away that just gets left out during the day. Giving that a good wipe down with the Method multi-surface cleaning spray. This stuff smells so dang good. I have the bamboo scent. I absolutely love it. And now I am going to start loading this dishwasher. As you can see, I have quite the pile of dishes because I did not clean up after dinner last night, and I had not cleaned up any dishes or done anything in this kitchen the whole day. So it is quite piled up. So I'm just going to pack as much into that dishwasher as humanly possible. And today of all days, I hope you guys can understand that I am not going to be hand washing the things that don't fit. In most of my videos, I do because I'm trying to get fully caught up and have nothing left in the sink. But today, I was not feeling it. There was just so many huge things that needed to be washed, and it's already been a long enough day. So I just loaded the dishwasher as full as I could get it. I rinsed out the sink really well and kind of got all those little bits of food and things out. And then for the bowls and the crock pot and things that weren't going to fit, and I had a couple pots in here that weren't going to fit, I just let those soak in hot soapy water and left them in the sink for the next dishwasher run. And that is just real life. Sometimes you just got to do it. I'll admit it, you guys, I don't always 100% catch up on the dishes. I try to keep it real over here, and that is part of it. I don't like to only film on like the perfect days. On the great days, I like to just film when I film, and what I capture is what I show you guys, and that's just how it is. So just gonna load up these dishes, try to get all this gross food down the dish disposal, get it out of the sink so we don't have any funky smells happening, and then let some of those things soak until the next load. After that is all said and done, the last thing to do is clear up the rest of the counters, like putting away the bottom part of the crock pot and wiping down the rest of the counters and the stovetop. Again, just using that Method multi-surface cleaning spray, giving everything a nice little wipe down. And I didn't start the wax melt because it was already late in the day, but I did put some fresh cubes in so that first thing in the morning I can start it with some fresh scented wax cubes and have everything just smelling good in here already. Then I'm just zipping on over to the living room. It's not too bad today, thank goodness. So I am just going to wipe down the TV stand and the coffee tables, the windowsill, and start just putting things back where they look cute, my throw pillows and blankets and things like that, and just getting it straightened up in here. Thankfully, the living room was like the least of my problems today, so it was just a quick little tidy up in here, and it was perfect because the kids are asleep. I know it's light outside. It's Wyoming. We have crazy daylight hours, and then after daylight saving time hit, it's even crazier because then it's dark at like 4:30 p.m. I know, don't come for me. It is the weirdest. This is the weirdest place I've ever lived when it comes to like the seasons and the lighting. It is crazy here. But anyway, there's no place like Wyoming with the weather, the lighting, and its beauty. So you just take one with the other and you're happy with what you get. So after all that is said and done, the kids are in bed, it's tidied up and clean in here. I'm going to spray down this entire area with the Comfort Dr. Teal's room spray, which just smells absolutely amazing. It's like sage and cedarwood. It smells so clean and delicious. I just sat down on this couch with some snacks and enjoyed some alone time as much as I could and watched some spooky movies and try to enjoy this tidied up house that is smelling better now that it's all said and done. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are still cleaning along with me, I have an entire playlist of cleaning and deep cleaning right here on the screen and always linked down below, as well as my other YouTube channel, my Instagram, and my TikTok if you want to follow me everywhere. And I will see you guys in another video very soon. Bye.